The following is a paid program. Opinions and views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of this station.
This week on Off the Beaten Path. We're headed to the cowboy state of Wyoming. Off the Beaten Path is brought to you by PSC Archery, Experience Performance. CJ Motorsports, Industrial Drive, Boonville, New York. Brad's Taxidermy, nytaxidermy.com. Wilbur Duck Chevrolet, it's a great day at Wilbur Duck Chevrolet. Clinton Tractor and Implement Company, the Caledonia family. Central Paving, Frankfort, New York. Lily's Agway and Archery Shop, Holland Patton, New York, home of the bowguru.com. The first part of our Wyoming antelope hunt started with us floating down the North Platte River.
This was Brenda's first time fly fishing,
I caught the most.
but I caught the biggest. The first part of the antelope hunting trip met us with hot and dry conditions. There wasn't a water hole to be found, let alone an antelope next to it. The few water holes we did find were inhabited by cattle. This made for some tough bow hunting conditions, and we made the best of it. We did some spot and stalk today during the heat of the day. We sat in the blind here this morning. We put a couple decent stalks on during the day, just couldn't get anything done. The heat, the wind, and it's just real dry. Everything you step on just crunches. When you get down into your socks, then you're picking up all the thorns and thickets and everything. So we're gonna give it a shot here this evening, and hopefully something comes in.
Be sure to like our Off the Beaten Path Facebook page, share your events and your adventures, or ask our crew for advice.
The 2015 Dream Season Decree is a deadly combination of speed and precision. It's built for the moments when time stands still. When the only thing that will break the silence is an arrow slicing a clean path to the kill zone. The bow of your dreams is a nightmare for big game. This is PSE's Decree. Experience PSE. Experience performance.
There are certain types of people out there. People who know the difference between a job done and a job well done. For them, we built the Can-Am Outlander L, starting at $63.99 and backed by a 5-year extended warranty, 10 times longer than most competitors. It offers the most power, torque, and towing capacity in its class. The Outlander L from Can-Am. The ride says it all.
Available at CJ Motorsports, Boonville, New York. Book your Georgia hog hunt with Team Lock and Load.
Off the Beaten Path is brought to you by these fine sponsors. After bow hunting for a week with little success in Wyoming, when I got home I decided to book a plane ticket, fly into Denver, rent a car, and drive up north into our unit. I was met with some high winds and big expectations. Well, it's my first morning here in Wyoming. We're back in the same unit that we were bow hunting earlier this year. So far, wind's a little strong. They're predicting wind gusts up to 35, 45 miles an hour here for the next couple days. Some of the goats that we've already seen, they're on the back side of some of these ledges getting out of the wind, which actually is probably going to be the most help for me as far as sneaking up on them. Even though we're hunting with a rifle, I still want to try and get as close as I can and put a nice clean kill on them. We're going to be a little bit picky here to begin with and see what's out there. We just actually had a small buck run up almost to the vehicle here, but the way this road is, one side of the road is one unit, the north side of the road is the unit that I can hunt. So we're going to see what we can do today, and promotional products by these fine companies.
It's a great day at Wilbur Duck Chevrolet. Wilbur Duck Chevy in Oneida is the place for you to find your new car or truck with a huge inventory of over 300 new and used cars. Stop into our award-winning dealership for a no-stress experience or browse our inventory online at wilburduck.com. Your safety and happiness are our priorities when finding you an affordable new car. Call 363-4600, stop in, or visit wilburduck.com today.
Hit your mark at Lily's Agway and Archery Shop, the home of the BowGuru.com, Holland Patton, New York.
There are certain types of people out there. People who know the difference between a job done and a job well done. For them, we built the Can-Am Outlander L, starting at $63.99 and backed by a 5-year extended warranty, 10 times longer than most competitors. It offers the most power, torque, and towing capacity in its class. The Outlander L from Can-Am. The ride says it all.
Available at CJ Motorsports, Boonville, New York.
Bow hunting requires getting in close, and controlling human scent can often be the difference between success or failure. So don't cover human odor. Eliminate it with Slay. Slay's scientific formula kills the bacteria that causes odor and keeps working all hunt long. This new Slay Pro Line kit comes with everything you need to neutralize and eliminate human odor. Log on to slaythegame.com now and learn how Slay can get you back in the game. So don't cover human odor. Eliminate it with Slay.
This segment's brought to you by CJ Motorsports, your local Can-Am dealer. Tech Tips is brought to you by Lily's Agway and Archery Shop, Holland Patton, New York, home of the BowGuru.com.
When hunting out of state, it takes a lot of time and preparation.
We're going to teach you how to choose the state you want to hunt in, research the units within that state, and how to obtain your tags.
The first thing that I'll do is head to the state's Game and Fish website. Here you'll be able to find all the species that are available for hunting in that state. You can click on that. You can search around the different states, look at the different regions and different units, and you kind of start to zero in on an area that might be easy to draw. You know, whether you're looking for an easy to draw unit or a quality unit or a trophy unit, you're going to find all that information here on the website. As you're navigating around the website, one thing to be cognizant of are season dates and bag limits. Certain areas have more bag limits than other areas do in the same state. You need to be aware of the different license types and fees that are out there, and this will come into play when you actually apply for that tag. The other thing I feel that's important to do is check out past year's draw results. You know, you can learn a lot of information from that, whether it be quotas, how many first choice applicants there were, second choice, and even third choice applicants. You can scroll down to the unit that you're looking at. For this particular unit we were hunting, we were in 32. There's actually a quota of 9, and 300 people, non-residents, actually applied for that unit. again, looking down through the unit paperwork, you'll find the different units and the total tag allocation that's going to be there for that unit. So you might know how much pressure is actually going to be in that hunting unit. You know, there's more tags allocated for residents than there is for non-residents, you know, and this might sway where you decide to hunt. Eastman's Hunting Journal has been a good research for me. I've saved the copies over the year of the different MRS files, and this really helps me in determining the exact location of where I might start looking. Once I start zeroing in on a unit that I would think I'm really interested in hunting, I'll start calling the Game and Fish Department and even some taxidermists in the area. Yes, I was wondering if somebody was there that I could talk to about antelope hunting in some of your units. They're going to give you a really good take on what's going on in that unit. Next, you want to get yourself a Bureau of Land Management map. That's BLM. On here is going to be all the land designation for that particular area. You know, yellow is going to be the BLM land, green is national forest or grassland, and blue is school land, which is able to be hunted as long as it's accessible. Another great product I've come along in the research area is Onyx Maps. It's actually an overlay for Google Earth. And you can actually download this onto your computer, GPS, or even smartphone, where it'll actually show you where the public and private land is. A lot of times it's actually even going to give you the name of that private landholder. Here you might be able to access that, either pay a trespass fee, or even just get permission to go on that land. You know, it's really nice to have on the GPS because it'll show you exactly where you are and if you're on public or private. So in some of those tight situations, you know, you'll know exactly right where you are, where you're supposed to be hunting, and where you're not supposed to be hunting.
Preparation is key to any successful hunting trip.
And all that research in the end will pay off. That's where you're taking me hunting.
Where do you want to go? Hit your mark at Lily's Agway and Archery Shop, the home of the BowGuru.com, Holland Patton, New York.
There are certain types of people out there. People who know the difference between a job done and a job well done. For them, we built the Can-Am Outlander L, starting at $63.99 and backed by a 5-year extended warranty, 10 times longer than most competitors. It offers the most power, torque, and towing capacity in its class. The Outlander L from Can-Am. The ride says it all.
Available at CJ Motorsports, Boonville, New York. Book your Georgia hog hunt with Team Lock and Load.
Powered by Energizer, Deer Grow, and Perry's No Peep. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, what I had to do, he was bedded over in here with some does. So what I had to do was I had to go park down around, swing up and come over, sneak over this top. By the time I got up here, the does had come up from bed. Of course, he's trying to keep his harem together, so he runs them up this way. I had to run over from where my position was, sneak back over to this side. I think you saw everything happen on film, so you can see they came up this rise, put the shot on him here. He's laying dead right here. Well, he's down right there. First thing we gotta do though, we gotta fill out our tag here. Man, what a dandy buck. Dandy, man. Look at those horns. Man. Unbelievable. What a beautiful animal. What a beautiful, beautiful animal. Oh. What a beautiful pronghorn. A tough hunt. We did get it done. Well, he's a lot better than I thought he was. Not real wide, but it's a trophy in my book. Just beautiful. Now the work begins. Getting them out of here. From the Archives Vault. Well, here's the deer bed. As you can see, all the way up there. Good thing for these rangefinders with these angle compensators. There he is. My North Dakota Badlands, public land, real heavy. He's got a lot of characters I like. I love velvet mule deer. He's got real high back tines. These things gotta be all of 14 inches long. I mean, they're just, and this one almost is actually bladed over here. I couldn't be any happier. This is just an awesome, awesome hunt. Beautiful scenery, great time. He didn't go 40 yards from where he was bedded from where I shot him. He just stood up right when I shot. There was actually a smaller buck in with him that I didn't see, and that glass area pretty good, so that's how well done. Now the work begins. They never run uphill. Support from City Woodchuck and Muddy Outdoors.
Be sure to check out our Off the Beaten Path webpage, where you can find out about our crew, also view our previous episodes, connect with our sponsors and our outfitters, and feel free to contact us.
Controlling human scent can often be the difference between success and failure. This new Slay Pro Line kit comes with everything you need to neutralize and eliminate human odor. So don't cover human odor. Eliminate it with Slay.
The preceding is a paid program of Off the Beaten Path.